Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrew, and today I'm going to talk to you about something near and dear to my heart, the art of the cards and Magic the Gathering. So, what if I told you that a piece of cardboard, something smaller than your phone, illustrated in the 1990s, I know, ancient for some of you, sold at an auction recently for over $500,000. And this isn't a lost Picasso that was written on a napkin on a card. This is a playing card, a Magic the Gathering playing card. So many of us would probably have a shoebox in a closet somewhere, maybe an old binder with old Pokemon cards, baseball cards, some kind of collectibles. And we think of them as toys from our childhood. But what if I told you that some of them, especially cards from the game Magic the Gathering, have become a serious form of an art commodity? So as a long-time player and collector myself, I've been playing since I was 7 years old, way back in 1990s. I've watched with fascination as the conversation around Magic has shifted from what was just gameplay and what was expected to play, not really taking care of cards just with a rubber band around them, no protective sleeves, playing on concrete, has changed and is now something that includes incredible art, celebrated artists, and the booming secondary market that treats these cards like fine art. So, what I'd like to tell you today is talking about how Magic is more than just a game, how it's grown and evolved into something that has really transcended into so many different interests and bringing people in from all walks of life and different interests from Marvel, Final Fantasy, how they've brought everyone in together. We want to see how the new canvas for a generation of fantasy artists, how the game's mechanics have attached tangible value to the art. It's not just something pretty to look at, but some of the cards have functions that are really good and essential to make them better than other cards. And finally, how the collector community solidified that value and turned these cards into really recognized financial assets. So let's begin. So the art has been an integral part to the game's identity. And as an official What is Magic page, they really discuss and go into the details and how the art had influenced really what the cards would do, and the color wheel and the color pie chart, in dictating the philosophies and the meaning behind a lot of the cards. But the beautiful art alone doesn't really create the value. We've seen that with other things. It's how the genius with Magic the Gathering was in how it connected the art to the gameplay itself and when you're actually playing the card game. So, the game's mechanics, specifically card power, toughness, and the way that these cards interact and work with each other in the game mode. And the dynamic is a key part of the game's enduring appeal and why each new set as they come out, we're looking for new cards and new things are getting value. It's because not just the art alone, but what those cards specifically do is changing. So we can look here. If you look here on my screen, I've got one of the most expensive cards ever made, but its mechanics here. Basically, you get 3 resources of anything you want, and it doesn't cost you anything to bring it out. This is the most valuable card in all of Magic. So talking about the functions of the cards and the things that are making them valuable. So in just this alone, just this little grouping of cards alone, the combination of these cards together can range from 40,000 to 135,000 for the entire set. These things have sold for tremendous amounts of money, and mainly because of their original value and just how strong the mechanics are that are tied to them. Now, that first card that I had shown you, the Black Lotus, there's only 22,800 of them ever printed in existence. And the thing with these original, literally created cards is there's created value because they're never going to be reprinted again. The ones that have been made, they are out there and they will never be put out ever again. And there are still sealed packs that have never been opened that could potentially hold these things. And even those unopened packs sell for thousands and thousands of dollars. So the rarity system in the game like directly links to a card's usefulness and to its collectability. And as sources like IGN discussed, like the dynamic is a key part of the game's enduring appeal. Therefore, the art on a powerful, rare card becomes instantly recognizable and desirable, especially when they put in specialty versions of a card that have a different art style. And it becomes a symbol of the card's in-game status. So that combination of great art and in-game demand of like what the card is able to do and how powerful it is directly creates the perfect conditions for a collector's market and being able for a collector's market to emerge. So finally, with that collector community and the secondary market solidified that value, it turned these cards into something that was, oh, here's just a piece of paper, cardboard that I play with, into something that is worth a tremendous amount of money. The most recent first edition original Black Lotus card sold for over $500,000. Just incredible money. When they released a set for Lord of the Rings, they created one single card that was meant to represent the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. That one was discovered by a store owner, and he sold it to Post Malone. Post Malone paid $1.2 million for that card. Absolutely life-changing money. And these are just little cardboard cards, but are being treated and valued at just like a Rembrandt or all these really nice paintings from famous artists. So as we've seen from this, the $500,000, the functions of the game, the things that they're able to do, we've seen the Magic the Gathering changed how we value art. First, providing a massive new canvas for the artists, giving them an opportunity to create their art, putting it on the cards, linking it to in-game value with the mechanics of it. And so what I'd like you to do with this information is I'm not asking you to go buy a $500,000 card to go out there and spend your money on this, but I'd like you to do something simple. And it's the next time you see a Magic card, Pokemon card, or even something else, go to the official online card gallery and just go ahead and look on Wizards of the Coast website and check out some of these cards and just see the value, the art in one card, and then find out who the artist is and see the value that is attached to it. And that's the first step to discovering the whole new world of art, hiding in plain sight. And I hope if this is something that you've never thought of or seen before, that it sparks some interest in you to take a look. I myself, just recently, I went and purchased a collector's pack of the new set, and I pulled a card. I spent $30 on that pack, and I pulled a card that is currently valued at $500. Absolutely crazy. I have it up for sale right now and looking towards being able to trade that in. And I love being able to flip that art. It's valuable. I love being able to see that value and turn it into something profitable. But I encourage you to go and take a look, check these things out for yourself and enjoy. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope you have a wonderful day.